We have had all three candidates in the Senate race on OTR recently, so let's play them all for you right now. And we're going to listen to what they had to say. And our first one is Congressman Joe Kennedy III, who appeared on our show first after announcing he was running against Senator Markey. Take a look.
Massachusetts needs a senator that is out in our communities, seeing our people where they are, lifting up those voices. It is not enough to rest on progressive laurels.
This is a campaign which is going to give me an opportunity to lay out my record of leading from Massachusetts and delivering from Massachusetts.
I know Joe Kennedy, he's a very nice guy. I know Senator Markey, who is a good man. I'm bringing a different perspective. We need someone who has the guts to take on corporate America.
So, Marianne, let's start with you. Who has the sharpest message? We're essentially at the start of 2020. Who has the sharpest message?
You have to say Joe Kennedy. He personifies change, he personifies urgency, and he wants to get things done. That's where voters are. Markey's still talking about the things he has been doing, a chance to lay out his case, which he should have been doing, and to get things done, which he should be doing as well. Liz Reardon, a great lawyer. I'm not sure she's getting any traction in this race.
Rob, who has got a sharp message as we head into 2020?
I actually think that Markey's message is sharper, his words are sharper, but I think voters sense that he's a guy in a three-piece suit wearing a progressive costume. So in terms of being genuine, it doesn't really help him. I think they think Joe Kennedy is genuine, but I believe Joe Kennedy has to work on sharpening his message. Why get rid of the other guy? Why do we need to send you to the U.S. Senate? What's wrong with the House?
Will Liz Reardon be a major factor or a spoiler as this unfolds in 2020?
I think she's bound to be a supporting cast member in a play with two stars.
What do you think, Marianne?
I don't think this race is very close. So if she takes votes from anybody, it's probably Markey, and that doesn't help him. But I don't think this is.
You don't think the race
right
is very
now.
close?
No, I think Kennedy continues to have a substantial lead.
So as we come to the end of 2019, Ed Markey has made some major changes to his U.S. Senate campaign. He is making major changes to his campaign leadership team. 2 people at the top have left, new folks in charge to get out the vote. Do you read this as panic, or do you see this as a normal course of action in a lot of long-term campaigns, Marianne?
Both. I mean, at this point in Ed Markey's career, he should have a political operation to go. He's done the Senate race twice now. This should all be all set, ready to go, hit the engine, and move forward. To make these changes now doesn't say he's not going to make progress in the end, but he has not gained anything on Joe Kennedy in 4 months, and there are only 9 months left. So that's why Markey's making the changes. Whether it changes where he is in this race remains to be seen.
Like Marianne, you've run a couple of races yourself for the U.S. Senate. Is this normal to make these kind of changes, like, halfway or just maybe 5 or 6 months into the campaign?
It is normal, but it can also be desperate. And a lot of captains of ships that are headed for trouble move deck chairs around, and it doesn't help.
Well, and that was the question I was going to get to. For the regular voters sitting at home, do those changes mean anything?
Well,
because they look at the candidate, you know what I'm saying? They look at Ed Markey,
exactly.
they look at Joe Kennedy.
They look at the candidate. I mean, staff, it's an incremental change. Staff changes only make incremental change. But ultimately, the race comes down to candidate versus candidate.
Well, we've both made changes at the ends of campaigns. We've both, and my least favorite thing was always, subtraction by addition. In most of those cases, it ended up helping and maybe had a few wins as a result or not, but that's not unusual. But in this case with Ed Markey, you have to look at it and say, that's not a good sign.
And it's also whether the candidates are comfortable with the people around them. And that will show up on camera or in their words, I think, in many ways.
Agree.
All right, very good. All right, we've talked about the Senate race, but now we'll take up the topic of Beacon Hill Power Brokers. That's as we come back on OTR. Charlie Baker in position for a possible third term, but what about the Democrats? Just how solid is the support for Speaker Bob DeLeo and the Senate President Karen Spilka? Our year-end roundtable continues without the roundtable. After this.